The summer continues to burn. Panic Button's new port was revealed, and we've got 7 new Switch games just announced for your favorite hybrid. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from Switch Force. Gabe is here. 6 of these are brand new this week. 1 is a release date update, and let's talk Warframe a little bit right off the top, Gabe. This is the biggest announcement of the week. We're not going to include it in our list just because it has gotten so much coverage and so much play, but that was nice to see, and it adds another massive online community to Nintendo Switch.
Absolutely. I am actually considering going and downloading the PC version and trying to dive back into it a little bit for when it comes time to play it on Switch, just because I don't have a ton of experience. I'm not a Warframe expert by any means, but the fact that it's coming to my favorite platform probably means I want to give it a chance.
Yes, and you are digital and you are extreme, so I feel like it's a good fit for you.
I'm both of those things, yes.
The list this week, it's actually both digital and both extreme, so let's get right into it. As you know, we cover the new Switch games every Thursday, and we're going to begin with Slamland, Gabe. This one honestly looks absolutely incredible. It's described as Smash Bros. Meets basketball, and it is coming pretty quickly. August 7th, it'll launch on PS4, PC, and Nintendo Switch, and it is a fast-paced, chaotic brawler where a bizarre blue giant instructs competitors to dunk one another into hoops for his amusement, and players must grapple, lunge, dodge their way around the stages as they try to slam their opponents into a variety of goals that range from tree hollows to gaping maws.
I'm going to slam you into a hoop, but with that said, I think that this looks really cool. The art style, very like cutesy and unique, and I feel like any game that kind of takes from Smash, or just, you know, the whole template of like, hey, 4 characters or, you know, whatever number of characters playing in this like small arena. I think that that's always a usually good time. Brawler is one that you and I enjoy quite a bit, and Slamland also looks exciting.
Yes, it's got almost like a mythical pop-up book aesthetic, and I really love that. There are some crazy things going on in the backgrounds, and I like that they decided to go with crazy modes. They have horse, which is like a typical basketball mode. They have peanut mode. They have trash mode. Like, it's not just like, oh, hey, we're going to just replicate deathmatch and, you know, stock and time fights and things of that sort. Like, they got really innovative with it, and I think that's where this one stands to maybe hold its own. It comes out at $7.99, which is pretty darn cheap, and it launches in less than a month. So, like, this one is a must-buy for me. The art style, the crazy conceit, and, like, basketball plus Smash, like, absolutely.
I'm there.
Give me Slamland. All right. We also have Solstice Chronicles MIA coming to Switch later this year, developed by Ironwood and brought to us by Circle Entertainment. This is a top-down shooter that has strategic play and a drone. It released previously on PC last year to pretty good results. It is a fluid and exciting twin-stick combat shooter on Mars, Gabe.
Mars is my favorite planet.
of all the planets?
Yeah, of all the planets, Mars is my favorite.
I can just envision you being like one of those people that when they say like, hey, we got a one-way mission to Mars, but you get to like be the first Martian.
Oh, I'm there. I
felt like it.
Yeah.
They say it's been redesigned for Switch, and they have local co-op so that you can share the battle together. Again, like, it did get pretty good marks on PC. There is no date as of yet, but it'll be a nice addition to the eShop when it drops sometime in 2018.
It reminds me a lot of Helldivers, the game that came out for PlayStation 4 a couple of years ago, and I actually enjoyed that quite a bit, so I will be giving this one a chance as well.
Yeah, Helldivers, Alienation, it's definitely got that vibe. Next up, the creator of the Zero Escape games has a new title that was just announced, and it's coming to Switch. It's called AI: The Somnum Files, and it is a murder mystery extravaganza in modern Tokyo, and there's some very interesting details. You'll be delving into dreams in search of clues. It starts out with a very bizarre murder. The left eye of someone has been gouged out of the skull. It's not a very nice way to go. It is an adventure game / visual novel, as fans have come to expect from this creator. And if it's anything like the Zero Escape games, which achieved quite a bit of cult status, I guess I'd say. This one could be cool. It's good that it's coming to Switch, and one of the main characters in the game makes Let's Plays on YouTube. So there you go.
Hey, that's kind of crazy to me, but this one and the previous game both right up my alley, actually. So I like Zero Escape quite a bit. So giving this one a chance, I'm there for this as well. Zach, I'm liking every game on the list so far. I hope that the list stays this strong.
I think it will continue to do so. I'm not sure if this game is going to have the consequences of Zero Escape. I don't know. Again, there's not many details. There's just a debut teaser, so we'll keep our eyes to see if it gets as sort of that like do or die atmosphere of those titles is what kept me very intrigued. But Gabe, maybe you're intrigued by Skullgirls Second Encore. As a big fighting fan, Gabe, maybe you are pumped that Lab Zero Games is bringing their title Skullgirls Second Encore to Switch. It's already available and has been for a while on PlayStation 4, Vita, and PC, but now it's bringing 14 fighters, a story mode, online play, and all of the Skullgirls to the Switch.
Yeah, the Switch is becoming a cool place to play fighters because they have so many of the older like SNK releases. On top of that, Dragon Ball FighterZ is coming, and Pocket Rumbles. Like, how could we forget about that? So yes, the platform is becoming a home for games like this. I never played Skullgirls much at all. So, Zach, will you fight me in this game? Is that what we're gonna do?
I would love to. It's kind of a cool story because they were looking to bring the original Skullgirls to Wii U. That was something that fans had hoped for, but the developer determined that the sales of the console were too low for them to focus development efforts. But now they get a second hurrah. Nintendo gets a second hurrah, and fans get a second hurrah to check out Skullgirls Second Encore. No date. This one was announced at Anime Expo, but we have no clue when it's coming. Just know that it is on the radar soon. All right, Gabe, you ever want to control the flow of time? Boy, do I ever. I'll answer that question for you. This is an homage to the enduring power of friendship called The Gardens Between. It's coming on PS4, PC, and Switch Q3 this year, and the game tasks players with manipulating time to guide two best friends through a series of puzzles and a grand adventure. It all takes place in a surreal world of mysterious garden islands, and it's a beautiful, calm, peaceful game. It actually looks really neat. You're seeing the trailer right now, and the art style is very chill. It kind of has like a Broken Age vibe to me. If you ever played those games, which are also coming to Switch at some point, they're going to use HD Rumble to help bring the world to life, and they say that they'll announce release date soon.
This also reminds me a bit of Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, even though you're controlling both people in that game yourself. I don't know how that works in this one. Does it have co-op? I feel like that could be very cool. But beyond that, Zach, what I want to know is when you gave our life rights to someone to make a game out of us. When did that happen? I didn't sign off on this.
Yeah. I don't know if it is co-op, but it definitely looks like an adventure that you and I would endure. What I like is that it's set across these different islands, and like you're trying to reach. It says they're trying to reach the apex of said islands via the puzzle solving. So like that's kind of like a cool conceit of like, okay, there's all these different islands and they have weird things going on, and you'll be using the flow of time. I don't know. I think it looks really cool. Like at first blush, you're like, okay, maybe this is like a mobile game, but then as you continue through the footage, like, okay, there's definitely a lot more going on here. And despite it being an indie title, pretty pumped for its release in Q3. All right, Gabe, Hand of Fate 2, because you have two hands. So the sequel to the RPG board game hybrid is hitting the Switch next week. This is one of those really fun ones where they're like, hey, we're bringing our game to Switch, and guess what? It's coming out July 17th. They haven't announced the price yet, but they say they were very careful not to tip their hand about bringing Hand of Fate 2 to Nintendo Switch, but here it comes. The original game saw over 2.5 million downloads, and the sequel came out in November of 2017, and now Switch owners have a chance to try it for themselves.
Have you played Hand of Fate?
I have. I have played both Hand of Fate 1 and 2. So it's like a mixture of like a card game, but then it also like sort of mixes in these little like action combat scenarios where you're utilizing your card powers / abilities to fight and acquire loot and move through the different challenges. So kind of like an interesting hybrid there. When I played it, my personal opinion was I wish it would have delved deeper into one side or the other. But I know, like I mentioned, it has a lot of downloads and a lot of positive hype. So a bunch of people do enjoy the mix that they have achieved here.
Yeah, the reason I asked is because I've heard about it and I've heard praise, but I've just never had a chance to try my hand at it. Get it? Is that hand of fate? Yeah, you got it.
So many puns.
Yes.
Too many puns.
Too many. But yeah, I might give this one a go.
All right, the last game on our list is a release date update, but it is a very good release
My
date
favorite
update.
game on the list.
Dead Cells is coming August 7th. So this one will be out before you know it. It's on Steam right now, early access, but it's coming to consoles August 7th. There will be a physical version on August 17th, but if you don't really care about that, I would say just grab it on August 7th because this game is really good. They tap directly into everything that makes roguelites really great. It has amazing controls and really good feedback sort of on the combat loop. I played a bit of this when it came to Steam initially. I haven't touched it in a while because I wanted to wait for the full release, so this is something I'm all over as soon as it launches.
Yeah, it's cool that it's coming out of early access and then coming to Switch like, that day, along with all the other platforms. I played it a little bit as well. I love the Metroidvania aspects of it. They have like a weird word for it. They call it like a roguevania or something like that. Yeah, it's super cool, super stylized. The gameplay is like amazing. I'm really into this game and I can't wait to experience this one on the go. Playing in bed is one of my new favorite things, so I know that this is where I'm going to be experiencing this game.
Yeah, and I think this will be a title that can quickly climb the list of like must-play Switch indies. I feel like it will usurp a lot of titles already there, and unless it's like a crazy bad port, I think this one's like you gotta play it. A pretty good list this week. Again, Warframe kind of the highlight in terms of size of announcements, but I really like the look of Slamland, Gabe. I'm all about that. As I mentioned, very excited to return to Dead Cells. And then there's a little bit of action for a whole lot of genres, whether you're a fan of the Zero Escape creators' latest, Skullgirls, Second Encore, The Gardens in Between, or Hand of Fate 2.
This is a good list this week. I'm almost tempted to say that this is like my favorite week so far. I'm actually like honestly excited for a lot of these.
Yeah, even Solstice Chronicles MIA.
Yeah, it looks cool.
It has good reviews and should be good. So as we worry about Nintendo wanting to bring 20 to 30 games a week to the console, if they're like this, maybe I don't complain all that much. Let us know in the comments down below which game you're most excited for in the list. A couple of them coming pretty soon, so keep your eyes peeled for coverage on those. In the meantime, everybody, thanks so much for watching, and make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest and greatest from the Switch and its new releases each and every Thursday. We bring you those each and every Thursday. Follow us on Twitter and Discord, links in the description below, and until next time, for myself and Gabe, have a great day. Switch Force out.